Hi, this is Steve Pollitt. Friday night. Been thinking about sharing some of the valuable lessons that I've learned in my business career that are still serving me well, serving me very well. And one of them is people. Everything that I have accomplished in my career and everything I've experienced that opposite of success in my career, I can trace back to people. Who I was working with, whether they were on the same page, honorable, authentic, in synchronicity with the intention of what we were trying to accomplish or not. Every less than success or every failure, I can point to having trusted in someone and discovered that they had a separate agenda. So, how do you know? Have I done anything different when looking at people that I'm working with today? No. I network, I meet people, I talk with people, I look at their ideas, I look at what they're doing, I look what they want to do. And every once in a while, something happens where somebody comes into my life where I hadn't really known them before, but when we sit down and talk, you just feel like the synergy is there. Do I do background checks? Do I go online? Do I Google them and so forth? Sometimes just a little bit. Most of the time I don't. Majority of the time things have worked out very well. Sometimes they haven't. So a business principle that I'm sharing with you is follow your instinct. And sometimes your instinct may not be quite right because you think you're following it and you're not. So people, that's a big part of moving forward and accomplishing goals and making a difference. You don't do it by yourself. Ever. Ever. Not in a big way anyway. There may be a few things you could do that you could look at and say, well, I've done it by myself. I can't point to anything like that. So people. So how else do you accomplish something in a meaningful way? Well, first of all, you decide that you want to. You decide that you want to. And you decide what meaningful way means to you. So earlier in my career, I felt that by optimizing the profit performance of companies I was involved with was meaningful. And to a large degree it was. But I didn't have a bigger picture. I knew that we were selling products that helped people. I knew that people were paying fair prices. I knew we were delivering on what we promised. And I knew when we weren't. And when we weren't, we fixed it because we wanted to do things right. But along the way, I discovered other business models where I realized that I was able to help people that I didn't really think about in the past like I'd be able to help them. In the real estate industry, I'm involved in a business model right now where we're able to help people get into houses and ultimately own them that would never be able to own them any other way that I know of. How does that work? It works because of people. People that I'm connected to that have developed their network of sources of houses that we're able to get at very deep discount prices and then get people into them that have some skill sets. They can do some of the work. They can do the work so they can move in. They can move their families in, and we can negotiate a deal with them so that they're very able to pay the monthly payment and ultimately own that house. That feels really good to me. Feels really good to me. The only thing that feels better to me than that is the other business model I'm involved with, which is a medical device that I represent, because I see what's happening with the people that use it. So back to my point of making a difference, I'm involved in 2 niche markets today where we're making a difference. And if I prioritize those and would have to only be able to pick one, it would be in the health niche. Because without our health, none of this other stuff matters. It doesn't matter what I want to do. If I am sick, if I lack energy, or worse, I have some sort of health condition where I'm really not able to do much at all, what good is all of my contacts? What good is all of my experience? I'm not able to help anyone. So it's really important to me. And that's why I'm so passionate when I start talking about what the device that I represent does for people. I see it. I see the results. I see the results like nothing I've ever seen in my life with any sort of supplement, diet, exercise program, nothing like this. Nothing. So that feels good. It feels good helping people. What's the rest of the story? Well, there's a lot to the rest of the story, and this is a live Facebook feed, so I'm not going to take up everybody's hours of time on this one video. But I thought I'd start talking about some things that I feel are very, very important. Making a difference starts like anything else in life. It starts with making a decision to make a difference and to do it right. I didn't always have that decision. I made a decision to make money, to build companies, do it right, do it ethically, not break any laws. But I really wasn't focused on what that meant for me personally, other than making the money. And sometimes that worked, and sometimes it didn't. And oh my, I can tell you, it felt a lot better when it worked than when it didn't. But when it didn't, I grew the most. I'm not suggesting that you have the pain and failure in order to grow. No. It's much better to listen to people like myself who have had that pain and failure and listen to their advice and avoid it. I've helped a lot of people avoid that pain through my coaching and mentoring programs that I've been involved with in the past, and would still do now if somebody was interested in that sort of help. But mostly, I spend my time thinking about how to take the initiatives that I'm involved with now, helping people get into houses, helping people with their health, and blow it up in a big way, in a much bigger way, using all my talents and skills in being involved with big business and big companies and big deals, using all those talents and skills and helping this become a much bigger platform. So I shared with you some perspectives on people, on making a decision. In future videos, I'm going to talk about the process of steps that you follow once you make a decision. So for now, yeah, this is a Friday night. And I love talking about things that work and sharing with you what doesn't. This is Steve Pollitt. Enjoy the rest of the evening wherever you are.